Every cop's dream is to be at the right place like this to stop a robbers.
Well, tonight, a bank robbery suspect in custody. It appears he picked the wrong bank at the wrong time to try and get away with some cash.
It happened around 1 this afternoon in Clintonville. An officer just happened to be in the bank at the same time and tackled the suspect in a story you will only see on WSYX. Steve Levine joins us now live after speaking with the officer. Steve.
Well, I can tell you the suspect now locked up, charged with robbing this Huntington Bank branch here in Clintonville. He was busted in a matter of seconds after getting his loot, all because of a quick-thinking undercover Columbus police lieutenant who was in plain clothes and happened to be right behind the suspect when the holdup went down.
Every cop's dream is to be at the right place like this to stop a robbers.
This Columbus Police criminal intelligence supervisor does not want to be seen as he tells us how he stopped a suspected bank robber right in the middle of the crime.
He said something to the effect that give me all the money or something, and then I could see the look of the teller's eyes that he was scared. And then as he turned around, I drew down on him, told him Columbus Police, identified myself, at which point he threw the money down and surrendered onto the ground.
Police tell us the suspect was found with a set of keys to a stolen vehicle that was discovered parked in the bank parking lot. The longtime CPD veteran who made the arrest tells us he was standing in line at this Huntington Bank branch waiting to make a deposit when he was called into action to catch a thief.
This is what you're trained to do. I mean, this is what you become a police officer, is to stop robberies and homicides and everything else, and it was nice to be able to do one in my career.
Now, police tell me the unidentified suspect was not injured when he was arrested, but because he said he had COVID-like symptoms, he was taken to the hospital to be checked out. He will be charged with bank robbery.
How do you tell a child, like, come on now, why you don't have a mother or father because somebody decided to go and take their life? It's not right. It's not fair to him at all.
Justice, years in the making after a couple was shot and killed celebrating the new year. Their son survived the tragedy but is left without his parents. Tonight, their families have some relief. A guilty verdict for the man police arrested.
Bree Buckley sat down with the family after their decision. What did they share with you?
Well, I mean, a lot of emotion today. Of course, you imagine they're still mourning the loss, but say that there's some relief knowing that justice has been served. Relief for a Columbus family after nearly 4 years of searching for justice.
It's not the end, you know, it's just the beginning, but it felt like a weight kind of just lifted.
Keith Brian Williams and his pregnant girlfriend, Marlasia Jones Maddox, shot and killed on New Year's Day 2018. Police say they were robbed on South Hague Avenue in the Hilltop, both in their early 20s. Monday, a jury found Christian Dilleon guilty on 11 charges, including aggravated burglary and murder. He was 19 at the time. It's a day that Brian's sister Kelsey says both families have been praying for.
It just felt so good to finally get that. And, you know, some families don't get this far at all. And so it's a blessing that our families got this far.
Doctors were able to save their baby boy, who survived the horrific shooting and was delivered at 35 weeks. The couple named him Markeith before they were killed, a name he can now remember his parents by.
Marlasia picked it out. It's my brother and her names put together.
Kelsey says it's been tough watching her nephew, who is 3 now, grow up without his mom or dad.
It's not fair to him, you know. It's not fair to his parents, you know, that they didn't even get to be first-time parents. It's not fair to him. It's just not fair.
She says each new crime that happens in the city is a painful reminder of what her family endured and what Markeith will have to face as he gets older.
Just stop, you know, let people go home to their families. You know, there's no need for the violence. You know, I mean, we can all go out, we can all make our own money, and we can, you know, if it's like that, then just go and do what you have to do to make a living. Don't take from somebody else because, you know, you're not living right.
Now, sentencing for Dilleon is set for next Tuesday. A 15-year-old boy was also shot, but he survived. Boston Station court proceedings are still underway for 2 other defendants.
Fire investigators are back out at an East Columbus home where a mother and her 7-year-old son died in a house fire this morning.
The Reynoldsburg superintendent tweeting his condolences, calling the loss of first grader Truly Harris devastating. Sierra Lucas spoke with the next door neighbor who helped save the lives of 2 other children in the house.
A duplex fire turned fatal this morning, killing a 30-year-old woman and a 7-year-old child. 2 other kids, ages 13 and 10, narrowly escaping. It broke out just before 4 o'clock this morning here along Ann Court in Reynoldsburg. Turo Township Fire and Columbus Fire fighting flames that first started in the kitchen, and from the kitchen it then spread to the upstairs. That's where 2 victims, 1 adult and 1 child, were found in a bedroom closet. They were pronounced dead when first responders arrived. I spoke to the next door neighbor who says he helped those other children escape from the flames, having them jump from the window and catching them on the way down. Take a listen.
We come to the yard and the baby's just hanging out that window. And we like, y'all gotta jump one at a time. That's why our faces are scarred up. They jumped out the window, we catch them. Like, where your mother at? They like, she sleep downstairs. I kicked the door in. When I kicked the door in, the ceiling already falling. So I couldn't go in. And we heard her yell the youngest son's name out, True. That's the last thing we heard.
Joey Davis and other neighbors have since put up those balloons and that teddy bear to honor the victims in that fire. He says he just happened to be awake making food when he smelled the smoke and came outside and saw what was happening. He says he feels grateful that he was there to save those 2 children, but he does wish he was able to save that 30-year-old mother and her 7-year-old. We're on your side in Reynoldsburg. Sierra Lucas, ABC6 News.